Hello. Welcome to House Seats Presents. You hear the thunderous applause from the audience.
Good to see you here.
I think I was swallowing as the one came down, and I was like,
Oh.
Hello.
Hey.
Not I mean, you know, like spit bubble. I'm starting the show off to a great start.
Love it.
We have the amazing Jaclyn McSpadden with us today.
Hello.
Yes.
Oh, goodness. Stop.
We're going to get to so many wonderful things that she does in just a second. But first, we want to talk. I just met you Monday night.
Yes, this is new.
This is a brand new relationship.
We're in the honeymoon
I feel
phase.
you. Yes, we are.
It's a
Is there
beautiful
love
thing.
music?
You hear it in the air.
It's a beautiful day.
Yes.
Oh, look. Oh, it's angels.
It's meant to be.
It's angels.
I felt it.
Okay, so we went, along with Andrew and some other people, we went to see Alice
Yes, we did.
at Red Rock Casino. Shout out to Red Rock Casino, first off. Well,
Is that Ryan's big hands?
yes, okay. We're going to get to that in a second. Shout out to Red Rock Casino for giving these wonderful local projects space
Absolutely.
and time to do their thing
Yeah.
and create original stuff that's not, necessarily a book written, musical or just a band. These are people that are creating something from the ground up, and they're
Yeah.
locals, and it's wonderful. And you saw how packed that room was. That was the most. I've played there many times. I
Yeah.
think you have too. That was the most packed that I've ever seen that room, and it was
absolutely.
wonderful. It was your first time. You're a newbie to it. So what did you
Was.
think?
Oh, where do I begin? This show was unlike anything that I've ever seen. It was fantastic. I mean, the caliber of talent is just out of this world
Yeah.
to begin with. Ann Martinez and Ashley Fuller are not humans. I don't know how that happens.
I think they push a button and it just like goes.
It has to be. Like there's just no way that those voices can come out of just no way.
And can we talk about the finale number, I guess is what you want to call it, when do you know Laura Kelsey?
I don't know her.
When Laura comes out in the stilts
Oh, right?
and she does a pole on the stilts.
Yeah, you couldn't even hear the music because everybody was just screaming. the whole
And then I
time.
believe she went up in like one of the hoops, right?
Yeah, I was waiting for somebody to just throw their shoe. Just like a rain like full of shoes because like that was just insane.
Well, we were in our cushy booth over there on the
Oh,
corner.
that's true.
So
VIP with the wristbands.
we had
and things.
bracelets.
Yes, we did.
People were like, "Oh my God, who are they?" I was like, "We're with House Seats." Cha-ching.
Don't mind us.
Don't mind us. Yeah, but it was wonderful, and the support from the community was great. We have to send a shout out to Bryce, who was in Paris on his honeymoon,
Oh, okay.
which I could think of worse places to be. But last week, the cast of Alice was supposed to be on the show, mainly Ryan Kelsey, because Bryce wanted to touch his hand.
Specifically his hand just
Scott in the back just said, "Jesus Christ."
what is
The
what is it
audience
about-
can't hear you, but I can.
What is it about
So,
his hands?
They're big.
He likes them because they're
Oh.
big. And this photo is kind of dark because, we were intoxicated.
What?
But I got it for him. And so, Bryce, here's your Ryan Kelsey hand picture. You can't even see his hand. All you can see is...
okay.
You can see it in the digital ones.
Okay. All right. So
There they are.
they're as big as he thinks it is. Or they are.
It is.
That's always nice.
Well, we're both Southern.
You're not disappointed.
We're both Southern, so we can say things like that. It's fine. But originally I was like, well, should I just, because he was really upset. I was like, should I like outline it on the, when you're like in kindergarten or whatever and you do the turkey for Thanksgiving
should've.
with your hand?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I can outline it on the table if you want.
I feel like that was a missed opportunity.
Yeah. And I was
Next
like, you're
time.
going to Paris, so I win.
Right.
I win.
There you go.
Anyway, so let's get to you because there's a lot of stuff to talk about you. Mainly, and we'll get to this later, you're doing the newest House Seats Presents show, which is tonight.
Tonight at the House of Blues.
Yes.
Yes. And I'm very excited. My first house seats.
Yes, it is.
So it's going to be a good time.
And they're doing something interesting this time. They're doing boys versus girls.
Well, I mean, technically it's boys versus girls, but we all know that the girls are going to win.
Oh, see what she did there?
You know, it's nice that they, build it like they're giving them a chance. There's just, it's not going to happen.
Yeah. All right. Well, I wish I could see. I'm going to be at work, but I won't be able to be there. But I wish you luck. Coming from a former winner of
nice
a house
you
seats
just slid that in
a
there,
house seats
right?
battle.
I love it.
We've never done boys versus girls, but we've done band versus band, or A side versus B side, or album versus album, whatever. And my team won, so maybe you can come back in a few weeks and you be a former title holder.
Maybe. I mean, I feel like this is going to be good karma because I had the song that you were going to do.
Well, see, so this is all working out.
It was meant to be.
This is all working out. She's going to sing Paint It Black.
Yes.
Tonight. I keep forgetting that it's tonight.
Tonight.
Yeah. So what does that song mean?
Well, it's a song that, let's really get into this. It's a song I had always heard before, but,
right.
One that you just kind of rock out to, and I never actually listened to the lyrics. Yeah. And then, there it is.
There we go.
And looking up the lyrics, I was like, oh, man, this is way heavier than I ever thought that it was, and I realized. And are we going to get into it? Is this happening? No, I'm not going to do it in the man's octave. I just feel like, I'm going to sing along. It's good. It's a really heavy song.
See, I never got that far because I was going to. No, right. I was going to do it, and I signed. You guys, I'm not a dummy. I signed up to do it, and then I had to back out and work, because work
right
counts. But I never got into the lyrics, but I always, like you said, I always was like, I love this song, and you do,
right?
But
and
you don't
just
know what it's talking about.
Paint it black, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, I see that red door. Let's paint it black. Let's do that, right?
They're excited about paint colors.
Exactly. I mean, paintball's fun.
Ask
I enjoy that.
Williams.
There it is. Yes.
They sponsor that song. You're welcome. All right. So you are a fellow Southern girl. That doesn't mean that I'm a Southern girl, but I feel like I'm a blossom.
Yes, you're a Southern girl.
Yes.
You are. Yeah,
yes.
I'm from Georgia.
I say a peach.
Actually, it's funny because the giant peach that everybody thinks of, the Georgia peach, isn't actually in Georgia. It's in South Carolina, which is really disappointing.
You know what? I heard that.
Yeah. Yeah, we're just frauds. I feel like we should be the Georgia peanuts. And I mean, that could be kind of cute, right?
Yeah.
Like, little peanut.
Peach sounds better than peanut.
It does.
But they're both cute in their own way.
Right. I mean, we have peaches, just not like the peach. I say I'm from Atlanta because everybody knows that. I'm actually from a town called Snellville, Georgia.
Oh,
where everybody's
it just got
somebody.
real good.
So,
Snellville?
Snellville. Yeah, and you have to say it like that too. Where everybody's somebody. Yes. Yeah, yes. Like my house used to be where there was cow pastures and stuff. It's not as small. We've grown a lot.
Oh, wow.
We've expanded.
You're incorporated now?
It's gotten pretty official down there.
There's a McDonald's at least?
We do. We do have a McDonald's.
And a Subway possibly.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it's actually a little bit more like a little metropolis. It's funny enough, before I moved to Vegas, in high school, we always used to call it Snell Vegas because it's the hot spot. Because I live near a town called Between. So, yeah. You would think, because a lot of people are like, oh, between what? And I'm like, if you have to ask, then you just don't know.
Well, it's in between and Snellville.
So.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
Hence
Atlanta. That's where I'm from.
Well, I tell people that I'm from Memphis, and my family does live in Memphis now, but it was confusing to say that I was from West Memphis, Arkansas, and people would be like, no.
What?
Memphis is in Tennessee. And I was like, but it's a suburb. It just happens to be across the bridge, which is across the state line. So I just started saying that I was from Oh, there's
love it.
There's
yeah,
between.
See? You can't make this up. It's between.
But where's Snailville?
Between Georgia. So Snellville is going to be.
We're quick on those,
right? That was impressive. Yeah. So it does exist.
But your family came from Philadelphia.
So my dad's from Philadelphia. His whole family are Northerners, and my mom is from Florida. So
I really am excited to hear this story. So how did your mother and father meet, and how?
There we go.
There we are.
Hometown. Yes.
Wow.
Love it.
Next to a golf club. Of course.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
To the family.
So what brought your parents down? And I know that you stated in your bio that you tried to stay out of the business, but you were influenced from your family. How?
Yeah, so both of my parents are musicians. Music is in my blood. My mom was a singer. Her mom was a singer. My grandfather was a guitar player. He actually played at Jimmy Carter's inauguration and was like pretty well known in the Atlanta area.
Speaking of peanuts.
Peanuts. They see it's. We should just be the Georgia Peanuts. It's
All
fine.
right.
We'll take peaches.
We'll do that just for house seats. We'll just be like Georgia Peanuts.
Georgia Peanuts.
All right.
Yeah, we'll make T-shirts. It'll be great.
Yeah.
My dad is a sax player. So my dad was in a band, and they thought that they got a gig to go open for Prince down in Atlanta. And when they got down to Atlanta, realized that was not what the gig was at all, and it actually turned out being really shady. So then there's this bunch of musicians, all that came down in one car, had no money, and they were like, so I guess we're playing in Atlanta now, guys. And so they kind of took up shop, and then one night they went to go see a band, and my mom was the singer. My dad was like, oh, who's that? On. So it's one of those stories. It's good.
So what made you not want to be in the business?
Well, growing up,
Did you see like they're struggling or they're...
Yeah.
What was it?
Like my parents talked all the time growing up about being in bands and traveling, and while it sounded
because
really
we understand
great,
we understand this lifestyle. Like it's a hard one,
and it's not for everybody.
It's not.
That's one thing that I really appreciate is that they said if you want to do it, we'll support you 100%. But just know that if you don't want to do that, then that's fine too. And so I was kind of like, I don't really know if I want to struggle and go through the whole rigmarole of the day to day.
Absolutely.
And so the plan was that I was going to try it out for a year and just get this whole performing bug out of my system and then go back to school for something practical. And then I just never actually happened.
I think if you've got that bug, you've just got that bug.
Yeah.
I was talking to, unfortunately, a friend of mine the other day that has lost his or her voice. I'm not going to out anybody on TV or radio, but it got me thinking. I was like, what do I do if something like that happens to me?
Right.
But if you've got that bug, it's in you. It's part of who you are. And my family is a lot of musicians too, and we'd get together on Christmas and Thanksgiving and holidays, and we'd all sit around the piano, and we each had, whether you played the piano or the stand-up bass or the guitar, or I sang, so like we would all. And I also played the French horn with a mustache. It was pretty sexy.
Amazing. Do we have a photo for this?
I wish.
Oh, if a photo came up right now, I would be so impressed.
I wish. I don't think we don't have it today.
Oh.
I'll text it to you.
It exists though.
It's good to know that it exists somewhere in the world.
It does exist.
I have it.
We'll hunt it down.
I was in in a marching band outfit with a French horn with that mustache that you didn't quite want to shave,
right? Because you worked hard for that.
Marching band does rule. Yeah. So you were picked how to come here with Sound Collage, because that is how you moved to Vegas.
Yeah.
Was this there you are. Look at everybody looking so pretty, and Josh with his hair combed to the side and a suit, a sensible suit.
It's just sensible.
You girls with the what do they call those? Victory rolls.
Yes.
All right. Yeah.
Very nice.
You guys are amazing.
Oh, thank you.
But how were you selected for this? Because I know that's the reason you moved to Vegas.
Yeah. So I was working with Royal Caribbean, and I was out at sea. And I'd been working with them for about 3 years, and it was great. I mean, oh, there it is.
There you
That's
guys
actually
are.
the first video that we ever shot. And that's in Josh's house, just in the living room. Before I changed my hair, because that's just not good. It's just not good at all. But, you know, it's actually really sad. I had everything done. It was a really windy day. And then Vegas, it just decides, oh, it's just going to start pouring rain in the middle of the day. And I got caught in the rain at the gas station. Oh. It was so tragic. And so my hair dyed. And so that's what that ended up being that day. So a sensible updo for that one and only video. And you will never see that
like
ever
one
happen
victory
again.
roll in the front.
Just
with, like,
drooping. Like I walked in just dripping wet. Like, hey guys, we're doing this today. So that's the story of that.
But did you audition out of town for it?
Well, I was working on board in a show, and Josh was on the cruise
With Mosaic.
Awesome.
Awesome.
And they performed, and I had never seen anything like that before. Because this was
they're so great.
Oh, they're awesome. They're so wonderful. Hey, Jaclyn.
Yeah.
So I hadn't seen like Pitch Perfect or anything yet, because this was prior to that movie coming out.
I watch it daily. I'm sad to say.
You can own it. That's fine.
I feel like Fat Amy sometimes.
You identify strongly with Fat Amy. Amazing.
Absolutely.
I love it. But it's before I had seen that movie, and I had always heard of like a cappella groups, and I'd heard of Pentatonics and whatnot, but I'd never actually seen anything like that live. And I immediately fell in love, and I was like, I need to be a part of something like this. And Josh happened to have the Sound Collage that needed another female singer.
Awesome.
And so we just had a long conversation, and it was just, hey, do you want to move to Vegas? And I said, why not?
And you guys are always busy. You guys are always doing something. I see you here with Jay Leno.
Yeah, so we open for Jay anytime he's in town. He does the Aces of Comedy series at the Mirage. So we open for him. We do corporate events.
Isn't he such a nice guy?
He's so nice.
I was on his show.
Yeah.
And, you know, he comes to the dressing rooms before each show to say hello to everybody. And I was so hungover from the night before that I was laying on the floor. I feel like I was probably sucking my thumb. And he was like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm fine.
Hey,
and then we went out and did our musical number. But he's such a sweetheart. But you also did, you worked with recently at the Smith Center, Jill Biden and Eric Bergen, who's a friend of mine.
Yeah, there was
not
really
Jill.
wonderful.
Hey Jill, but Eric is a friend of mine.
Yeah, and he was a sweetheart too. Just really
he's
really
great.
gracious, wonderful. We did the Heart of Education Awards.
Okay.
And that was awesome getting to honor all of Nevada's like finest educators and whatnot. It was really really wonderful night. So yeah, it was great, and Clint Holmes was there too. And
we love Clint here.
Great, Clint's fantastic.
Everybody loves Clint,
right? How can you not? The guy, he's awesome and just super sweet.
Look at this pretty lady on the screen.
I just
because the voice is
done.
so angelic, it gives you like a halo. Halo.
Oh, there.
There it is.
Yes.
Okay, so you moved here with Sound Collage, but then you're in Vegas the show.
Yeah, so I'm in Vegas the show. I do Reva Rice's track when on the days that she's off.
Okay.
And it's a really wonderful show. Super fun, really high energy.
We love Reva around here too.
Yes.
Fuckery. That's her nickname around here. It's just Fuckery, yeah.
Fantastic. Love it. She's a really, really nice woman and super gracious. And when I was learning the show, so I do that show as well. I'm basically one of those. I'm the yes man. I try to say yes to as many things as possible. Like any gig that comes in, sure, why not? Let's do it.
I get it. But you know what? In a city like this, we had Robin Vincent on last week.
Nice.
She's doing the show with you tonight. She's one of those people. She's working in everything, and you know what? It doesn't hurt. Like if you're that kind of person, you will always get work. Oh, there she is.
Love it.
She had to run right after this to go get shots at Carnival Court because they were playing with the Whippets, and she was like, I've got to be in control, because we offered her a drink, and she was like, nope, because I know as soon as I show up, we're gonna get drinks offered to us. They're in lederhosen and spandex, and they whip people, and they are German.
That's fantastic.
Have you never seen them?
A dream job kind of situation? I haven't.
Yeah,
no.
it's all 80s music. It's wonderful.
I need to get over there.
It's very irreverent. Scott loves the guitar player.
Oh my.
Yeah. Little Tony. That's what we call him in the biz. In the biz,
Tony.
we call him Little Tony. Okay, so speaking of leaving to go do something, you're leaving in a second to go rehearse for Baz.
Yeah, so I recently joined the cast of Baz, which I'm very excited about because that show is amazing.
Yep. Just don't miss entrances like I did. Just be on your game.
Good to know. And I mean, I'm a little bummed that I don't get to do the show with you.
I know.
We'll have to find another way. I feel like we already have this connection.
We do.
Even though it's been a couple of days, the Paint It Black, handover.
And,
this,
we've been texting smiley faces and selfies of each other. No, not really.
Oh, you didn't get the ones that I sent to you. That's
No.
awkward. Oh,
well I didn't.
Okay.
Isn't it? But so you're excited to be working, and as you should be, because it's a wonderful show. So are you covering all the roles because you're going in as a swing?
Yeah,
right?
I'm going in as a swing. My first time as a swing, so it's
a vacation swing, right? Or are you just going to be there
full time?
Oh, good.
Swing.
Good.
Yeah. So it's exciting. It's a little daunting because I've never done that before, and having me oh, you're learning all of the tracks and
okay.
at
I
any
have
given
to
moment.
say, on the days that you're not on stage, you get to sing in that little booth, kind of like what we're doing. Yeah, like we're doing now. Just be like, make it, and seeing everybody run around like sweaty and changing clothes, and you're like
chilling in a onesie.
Hey, girl,
just hanging out.
Hope you're having a good time. I'm making the same money you are. Have fun.
There we go.
Wipe that sweat off. No, but it's fun, and it's such a beautiful show.
Absolutely.
But so tonight at 10 o'clock, Andy, tell us how we can get tickets for the show.
So at this point, you're going to have to go down to House of Blues. They're limited as to how much access you have left because they are expected to actually go past capacity. This is projected to be breaking their box office records as the highest attended event they have had in the history of House of Blues. So it's going to be awesome. But it's I can't say enough good about it because it's the perfect storm of the Stones are just so much cooler live. Like listening to it, I was like, how is this going to beat Queen? Because that was just incredible. But when you get in the studio with these musicians, they are just killing it together. And it's singer after singer of rock and rhythm and blues and jazz, and we have just this diverse lineup where everyone goes in and just hits a home run. And that's when you really grasp the magic of the Stones, is when you have all these personalities coming together, and you can have someone sitting there, and the minute that music starts and they sing, there's a magic that happens in the studio, and it's just song after song like that. So don't miss it, because you do want to be there as part of a record-breaking night on a box office, but you are seeing the best people from up and down the strip and around the city teaming up on this. And I don't mean to kiss your ass just because you're here. Your song is going to absolutely blow that away. And for people who are watching this, go see her in these different shows, because this is, I was saying before the show, before you walked in, she's one of the singers in Vegas that actually has an incredible command of her instrument. It's everyone's good here. You wouldn't be in Vegas if you weren't good, but a lot of them are very good at what they do, and that is what they do. And you can see them in a couple things, and they do that very, very well. And so far, everything I've heard you sing has been completely different sound, different tone quality, and the ability to use an instrument like that is you have Clint and a couple other people. So audience members, go see this girl, because you're not going to be able to for long, because you're going to be somewhere else or unattainable. So check her out in that.
Thank
And this is one of those, you can say, before she blew up, I saw her on House Seats Presents TV show with Branden.
See, there you go.
There you go. My first interview.
Oh, you're welcome. You know the funny thing about the funny thing about Rolling Stones, because we did Queen a while back, and it broke records at the House of Blues,
right.
And we beat records for Santana and people like that. But they're really hoping tonight that it pushes it, and we don't want to turn people away, but we want to be able to say we had to turn people away.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Got to make it a history-making night.
Yeah,
for sure.
So you can go to House Seats Presents and get your tickets for tonight, or you can show up at the door, chance it, but you might not get in.
So you want to get on this, because it is tonight, people.
Tonight. The funny thing about the Rolling Stones is when we did Queen or Bon Jovi or whatever, you know the titles of the songs, and so you know the song.
Right.
When I was presented with the list, because I was supposed to do it originally, when I was presented with the list, I didn't know any of the name except for, a couple like Satisfaction or, Paint It Black or whatever.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't know what this is. I don't know what this song is. And then I've been seeing, because Andy's been posting videos of you guys in rehearsal, and you sound amazing because I saw your video. Robin sounds amazing. It's going to be a really great show. But I didn't know some of these songs by the title because, like Paul Johnson was telling me last night, we did a benefit together, and he was like, I'm singing Sympathy for the Devil, but nowhere in the song does it say Sympathy for the Devil.
So you're like, oh, that one.
But
Neat.
then he hummed it to me, and I was like, oh, I know that song, but I just don't know the track name.
Yeah, there's so many of these songs that as soon as you hear it, you're like, oh yeah, I'm familiar with the tune, or I've heard this melody before. I mean, because the Stones are just iconic.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a really good night.
Well, I'm really excited for you guys.
Thank you. Yeah, it'll be fun.
Playing at the House of Blues is intense. And it's crazy, and you're gonna get butterflies that go from literally your toes all the way up. You're just like, when you get that feeling that like the cartoon where the smoke shoots out the ears and you've got the steam coming out. It's like that. It's really, really great.
It's a bucket list for me, for sure. So it's nice to get to check one off tonight.
It kind of is. It kind of is.
Definitely.
The first time that we played there for a set list was with Bon Jovi, and there were only 3 of us that sang the whole Slippery When Wet album. And then we did Queen, which was exponentially, bigger. But whether you're out there the first number or you're the last number, like it's such a great feeling. And those people are standing and cheering, and they want to be there for you, and they're there to see you. And like Andy said, I know what you can do. I've heard you. She's gonna be somewhere very soon, and so we're gonna have to hold on to her in Vegas as long as we can.
Well, I appreciate that. I mean, I'm very excited to join the House Seats family and stay with the House Seats family.
Oh, come on!
So.
We'll just create projects for you.
You said it. It's now recorded on. So
yeah, I just
hold you to it.
It's in my writer. I have to be in them.
We'll do a Donnie and Marie tribute for you too.
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
Love it.
Yeah,
we could make that work.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Everybody, a round of applause for Jaclyn McSpadden.
Thank you.
Yes,
thank you.
yes. All right, so what's your contact info if people want to say they want to tweet you, or they want to get at you, or want to tweet Sound Collage or whatever?
Yeah, so funny enough, I have never been a huge social media person. But
I know. I found this to be true.
I am joining in slowly.
Thank you. Welcome.
So you can now find me.
Welcome to the far side.
On the Instagram. I was like, it'll never catch on. And so just fight it for as long as you can. So I'm on Instagram, just Jaclyn McSpadden. There you can find me, the Sound Collage, on Facebook, which is just the Sound Collage, soundcollage.com. Yeah, I'm slowly making my way in. So find me, we'll be friends.
You've got to cross that line.
I do. I'm like tiptoeing, right? I like put one foot in the water.
Well, here's the deal. Part of our business, I would say half of it, or even more these days, is social media.
It's true.
The Alice thing, it was because they all were like pushing it, Facebook, Instagram,
Absolutely.
Twitter, this and that. Like that's how you know. And Vegas is such a supportive community. Like they read these things, they come out. So get some friends on Facebook.
Yes.
But she still hasn't accepted my friend request. But no, it's okay. It's probably in the thousands that you've gotten.
I should probably just log in to the Facebook if I can remember the login information. And
that's
do
the
that.
bad part.
That's really where I'm at right now. So
part.
I'm in the midst of getting my life together when it comes to social media. So
you've got to put it out there because people are gonna love you even more than they do.
Oh.
All right. Say goodbye to Las Vegas, Jaclyn.
Goodbye, Las Vegas.
We'll see you soon. Rehearsal, 1:30. I want to hear you sing pretty. Send me a video.
I will. I'll add that with our little
All right.
series.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.